everyone. Welcome to the Business Network Connection. Today with us is Leslie Schulze. And she's going to be the speaker with us at the Business Network Connection, which is happening on May 1st, this Tuesday. You can sign up for it on meetup.com. Hi, Leslie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So, just to start off, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am, apparently it has terminology now, I'm a fractional CFO. So about 3.5 years ago, I formed my own consulting company where I perform CFO level services for clients in the biotech industry in San Diego. I'm a native San Diegan, a rare commodity, I understand.
Very rare.
From everybody who transplants here and has created our traffic jams. But I've grown up here, and so in high school, actually, when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life, I was a rare breed that figured out what I wanted to do and then found my college based on what I was going to study in school, which was accounting. So I went to USD and started out as a public accountant in auditing and fell in love with the biotech industry, and that was about 12 years ago, and the rest is history.
I know a little bit about your story, and it's very fascinating. And I'm actually really looking forward to your talk on May 1st. Maybe for the audience, you can tell a little bit what they'll be learning.
So the theme of it is turning difficulties into success. So a lot of people, by looking at me sitting here today, would not realize that I grew up in Southeast San Diego in the ghetto, where actually being white was a minority. And all of my friends sold pot, did drugs, you name it.
Oh, gee.
And yes, I lived by Skyline and Woodman. I have seen more than one body bag from shootings. I have had somebody that a friend of mine went to high school with that was shot by a stray bullet. So it's very real that I grew up in a not good part of town, and my life could have taken a lot of directions. And I grew up in an abusive household. And so I have had to face a lot of challenges in my life throughout growing up, throughout school, throughout my working career. And I believe that you can use all things that happen to you, good, bad, or indifferent. And it's all based on a perspective, how you look at things in life, and those decision points, and how if you don't have natural mentors in your life, be it good parent role models or things like that, where you can find them. And I created mentors throughout my life and my career.
Wow. Can I also ask you what was your driving force?
So I think my driving force initially started from the fact that my mother wanted me more than anything in the world, and she knew that her marriage was going down the drain with my dad, and so she had a child anyways. What she didn't anticipate was that she would die when I was 8 years old. And so she passed away when I was 8, and she was a single mom. And I didn't have anywhere to go. However, it turns out, as I learned at 8, that if you have a living parent, even if they are horrible, and we can get into a brief story of that during my speech, I'll kind of give some insight into that. When my dad spoke up and said that he wanted me, and he was such a interesting individual that he tried to take me away even before her funeral. At that age, I realized that I had a decision point. I could fall into the abuse, and I could fall into those things, or I could believe that my mom wanted more for me, and she wanted me more than anything in the world. And so it didn't happen right away, and I had chances and flirts with going down a wrong path. But it gave me a foundation right away that told me that you can kind of set your own path, and you can decide what's for you and what's not for you. And are you going to let hard knocks get you down, or are you going to let them turn something around for good? And how can you prove that they're wrong? So in some regards, call it good or bad. Spite and I'll be darned if you're going to win was a lot of it. And so there was a lot of, when I was told you're never going to amount to anything and you're white trash like the rest of our family and you're never going to be anything, that it was like, I'm sorry. That's not my life, that's not what I choose, and that's not what I'm going to do. And if you can't support me in this, I'm going to figure out how to do it. Like, I'm going to figure out how to do it. So.
Oh, that's really amazing, because a lot of people, it's very tough to take that step.
Right.
That one single step to say, this is not for me, and I'm going to move forward and do something really great for myself and not for someone who's putting me down.
Right. I think a key message in my presentation is going to be that you can learn lessons from anywhere, and how do you pull that circle of mentors? How do you develop that? How do you grow it? And then once you get to a point where you have some things established and you feel like you can give something back, how do you give back to kind of keep the circle going?
Right. For those of you guys watching, on May 1st, I would say come watch Leslie. She is absolutely inspirational. And I feel like you can learn a lot from her, because I am definitely looking forward to that.
Thank you.
So one last thing, do you
Sure.
want to, we're doing this thing where you tell three things. One is the truth, three the truth, and one is false. Do you want to share something, and then you can
Oh, we're
reveal it
doing
on the
2
day
truths,
off?
1 false.
Okay, 2 truths and 1 false.
Okay. Sure. Why not? And then I have to remember what they are and tell them on Tuesday. Okay. Let's see. I've testified as an expert witness on a criminal case in court. I am a beer pong champion. And my understanding is the Italian mafia is after me.
Whoa. Well, to find out the truth, come on May 1st to watch Leslie talk at the Business Network Connection, and it's fueled by Insperity. Well, thank you very much. Is there anything else you want to add before?
I think
Call it a
that's
day?
it. I mean, hopefully people will find it a useful time in their schedule, and I would say that it's I promise it won't be, even though there'll be tie-ins about being a woman in business, it will not be another Me Too story. I think there's plenty of things that everybody can learn from and grow in business.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.